Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. And if you're new or just clicked on my video, thank you very much. My name is Alexis and this is the Goddess of Daydreams Tarot. Today we're going to be doing a general reading. We're going to be taking a look at the energies the universe wants us to be aware of, to be open for, and cautious of. This is a timeless reading and please take what resonates. I hope you receive the insight, clarity, and answers that you need during this reading. With that said, let's get right into it. I am going to be using a couple of oracles and tarot throughout this reading. We're starting off with the Les Vampires Oracle, along with the Oracle of Shadows and Light, to get the overall energies that the collective is dealing with at this moment. Alright, Spirit, what do you have for the collective? Not into the flame, please. Not into the flame. Alright. And now let's do the other one. Alright, I'm going to take that one that just came up. Alright, this actually feels very nice. Alright, first card we have is card 30. That death will come. Mortal, finite, fragile. Along with card 23, Violet Angel, Breaking Dawn. I feel that right now we're at the cusp of the ending of a cycle and we're about to enter into a new one. I feel like right now at this moment, it could be either personal or just overall in general. Just a lot of things are breaking down and breaking apart. This feels very much like the Tower energy and going into the Star energy. You know, we're witnessing a lot of destructions and destabilizing of a lot of energies that are happening around the world. And this could also be personal. So just know that if things are not going right for you at this time, it is because the universe is setting you up to be on a better path or to put you in a better direction. So allow for this destruction to happen because it's going to break into something new and beautiful and a little bit something more easy for you to go down. Let me see. I do feel that there is some type of tension here for the collective of trying to get to this new path or to this new dawn of like the dawn of a new day. I don't know why that just came out. Maybe, probably for you guys, you're thinking like, it's about time for, the dawn of the new day to arrive. But when is that arriving? Like, I think maybe for some of you, you're being impatient with the destruction. Like, can things fall apart a little bit faster? It's like, I get it. Things gotta break down in order to be built back up stronger and better. But can the destruction process speed up? Like, I'm kind of getting a little bit of that energy. Let's go into more detail with the Panther Oracle. Maybe for some of you, you're like, this is the time where I should be on my new path, on my new beginning. What's going on here? It's there's some energies that are taking its time. Maybe there might be some energies that are also trying to interfere with this new path coming in for the collective. Okay, what do you want, Spirit? All right, you want this to fall out. Interesting. Give me a second. Okay, one of the main energies I was picking up is do not rush the destruction. Allow the divine destruction of time, like the divine timing of destruction to happen. It's for a reason. If you rush it, then you are going to be involved in that destruction. Like, don't get you, if you see that the tower is coming, don't go in the tower to rush the process. Just watch from afar. All right, first card I have is blind. Awkward, unknown vision problems. I feel like with this card here, I think one of the reasons why I'm kind of picking up on this like slow or delayed energy of like destruction is because people kind of don't want to recognize that the destruction is happening. Maybe some people feel like, that's not my problem, so I'm just going to go about my way. How can I explain this, Spirit? There's a way to approach this. Okay. Spirit was telling me for the collective, what you need to do is like you kind of need to be in the behavior of like this blind card, like pretending it's not affecting you, but be aware that the energy is happening. So this is kind of more like using your discernment and knowing when to sort of step out of some type of comfort zone, because eventually the destruction is going to happen and you need to be somewhat either physically, emotionally, and mentally prepared for what's about to happen. Don't be too blind to the situation, because it's kind of like you need to have a fine line of not being ignorant and not being paranoid. And I feel that's for how a lot of people in the world are acting right now. Like, oh, it's, yeah, there's destruction happening, but that's not my problem. Oh, horrible things are happening in the world, but that's not my problem. And then you have like the other extreme opposite, where it was just like, oh my God, we're all gonna die. Everybody's is gonna die. We're all suffering. Oh my God, it's that kind of both extremes. You need to be brain, get it together. You need to be in the middle where, yes, the destruction is coming. The destruction is happening. But I know when I need to act and when I don't need to act. Like I will go according to plan and do what I can. Other than that, this destruction is inevitable. And you cannot focus on, trying to please either opposite sides. If someone feels like it's not going to be their problem, even though maybe for some of you in the collective, you are foreseeing that this issue is going to come up to this person. Like, hey, if we don't say something right now, this is going to come bite us in the ass. And someone may like, no, it's not. You're going to have to let that person go. Focus on those who are going to be kind of in your same energy, in your same level. Not going to be ignorant, but not also going to be paranoid. Excuse me. You're making plan for when this new energy comes in, what you're going to do with it, how you're going to work with it. All right, let's go on to the next card. Next one is death. Endless harm inevitable. All right, yeah, that was quite, a harsh jump anyway. So yeah, with this death card here, I mean, yeah, like I said, it's inevitable. The changes have to happen. And how do change happen? With the destruction of the old. Some people are not ready to let go of the old ways. Some people are definitely ready to depart with the old ways, or have already departed with the old ways. And they're just waiting for the rest of the collective to catch up. Don't worry about the rest of the collective catching up. Whoever is going to partake in this journey, they will catch up in their own pace and time. Everyone has a different pace and time in their life, according to the universe's laws or wills or ways of each and every person. Give me a second. This also goes back to what I was saying, how I feel a lot of you, again, are feeling, kind of jumpy, like, when is this going to happen? When's the other shoe going to drop? When is the final hurrah going to happen? Like, it should have happened, like, 2 weeks ago. It should have happened 6 months ago. It should have happened 3 years ago. Like, it should have happened by now. It's going to happen. Just know with this death card here, this change is, it's inevitable. It will happen. You just have to give time, if that makes sense. Allow things to play out, because it seems that with this destruction, before it happens, a lot of people need to have kind of like a rude wake-up call before this thing comes in. Next I have is family, bond, home, background. I feel with this family card here is going to be sort of a new path or opening for divine families to kind of come in and start coming together. It's like a new form or a new group of beings are going to be introduced into this world, or even have already been here or are about to arrive here. It's like my brain is telling me like some type of galactic family is coming in after this destruction. How that's going to look? Aliens, maybe. It's been kind of, jumping here and there that the aliens are coming. And look, I'm like at this point of like, well, one, they've been here already. But two, I'm like, can they just come any more faster? But, I kind of understand maybe with the aliens, they want to take their time because, down here is kind of crazy. I'm also not going to blame the aliens for not wanting to rush to get down here, considering with Roswell, like, there's probably like an alien talking to this group like, I don't want to go down there yet. They cut us up. They were like experimenting on us. And, I don't want to go down there. Yeah, I know they have fun things like tacos and labubus, but I don't want to risk getting caught by the CIA and getting my innards turned inside out. Conversations like that. So anyway, that was a weird tangent. Excuse me. So yeah, I kind of feel like with this family card here, there is definitely some type of intergalactic energy coming in to kind of like regroup and strengthen the energies within this world. But I feel that this family card here is going to come after this destruction comes in. It's like, okay, once the walls and all the obstacles are down, we're going to be able to build anew and better and stronger. All right, excuse me, that was my hairpin. Last card I have is accident, danger, caution, injury. Now this card, it reminds me again of what I was talking about earlier. If you see the destruction happening, don't go into the tower. See it from afar. Like, I know you want to be all up in the business and you're probably going to watch people falling out of the, out of the towers and, be like, I told you so. You should have prepared. No, this is, with this accident card, it's spirit giving you a warning not to go near the destruction when it happens. And even for some of you that you might want to have the urge to try to save somebody at the last minute when this tower hits, spirit is saying you cannot save them. You have given them enough time and space and understanding to, kind of meet you halfway. But if the person wants to remain in the tower, that is their choice. When the tower falls, they have no one to blame but themselves. Do not go in trying to save people who didn't want it to be saved. And then after this tower, falls, excuse me, after this tower falls, Whoever survives, let that be a lesson. Maybe for some of you, this is also a warning. Like, if you feel that you're in a situation where the tower is going to crumble, it's going to be hit by the divine, you got to get out of there. I feel for some of you, it's like you are waiting for the other shoe to drop, but don't be in the area for when the shoe drops or when the shit hits the fan. It's like you see someone with shit in their hand and they're about to aim at the ceiling fan, and you're trying to tell people, everybody get out of the room, someone's going to throw shit at the fan, and they ignore you. You have to leave. Unfortunately, like, you gave the warning. You saw the shit in the hand, and you saw it's about to get hit by the fan. And you're like, all I can do is give the warning. If anything happens, that's on them. And leave the room. So, okay, that was very intense. Excuse me. No, but it's like literally in my head, like my brain is like, someone has like a lump of shit in their hand and they're about to throw it at the ceiling fan. And, maybe some people might hear you and they'll be like, oh shit, okay, let me get out of here. Let me go to a different room. Let me get out of this house. Some people are going to be like, oh, you're just busy trying to muck up our fun. You're trying to disrupt the party. You know what? Either way, the party's going to get disrupted because everyone's going to be covered with shit. Anyway, with this accident card, do not get caught in the tower. Do not get caught in the room where the shit's going to hit the fan. Let's go into more detail with some tarot. It's too many cards, Spirit. Alright, I'll take these two. Oh man, hot in this room. It's like a nice hot though. It's not like, oh my god, I'm in the mouth of the volcano kind of hot, but it's a good hot. Alright, let me just marinate on this. We got cups, we got air, we got fire, we have earth. Alright, interesting. So, under blind, I have the devil. So, with this devil card here, it's kind of like giving me again the energy of like pretending bad things are not happening or all the bad things are happening. It's definitely a level of fear, strong energy of fear being implemented within this world. I mean, I feel like a lot of people know about it. It's just how you're handling it. So with this devil card here, like, don't feed into the fear, but also don't ignore the fear. Because even if you ignore the fear, it's also going to entangle you in a way. It's kind of like, I've usually said this in my channel a couple of times, like, if you see evil, but yet you don't do anything about it, then that evil is going to assume that it can come into your life. Because if you're not going to do anything about it, then it knows that you will not do anything for this evil to come into your life. Now, it can manifest in any way, shape, or form. It's not going to be the same for everyone. It's kind of like, I'm going to be honest, like, in my country, the U.S. right now, we have a lot of ICE raids going on. And some groups of people feel like, oh, that's not my fight, that's not my problem, I'm not getting involved. Even though what you're seeing is very evil. And if you feel that that is not going to touch you, then you're just allowing that energy to spread, and then it will manifest and form into a way where it can get to you. It will get to anybody. It will just come in a different package for each and every group. And I mean that by my observations within this country. I'm pretty sure some of you might know what I'm talking about. So, of course, don't get too involved because you don't want to be wrapped up in the fear and the violence. But also, don't be too complicit because then it's going to give permission for this evil to come into your life. And if this evil or this energy comes into your life, it then delays this process of this destruction coming in. It delays this destruction coming in to set the collective free, including you. Next, with the Death card here, I have the Fool. This is a very positive energy. This is the energy that the collective is trying to get to. The new path, the new way, the new beginning for humanity. This destruction is like, I feel like a lot of you are embracing this destruction because you know something good is going to come out of it on the other side. Give me a second. This is like a very weird message I'm kind of getting, but it's very specific. For a lot of you that you may identify yourself living in the hood, I do see that you are going to be getting out of the hood. Something is going to happen where you are going to be given the opportunity to move somewhere better. So, for some of you that are kind of like, struggling in the streets and in the hood like that, I do see like whatever wish or dream that you're putting out into the universe of leaving this type of neighborhood, you are going to be able to go. Give me a second. Yeah, I just feel for a lot of you in the collective, you are just embracing this destruction that's coming, and you're just ready for the new way, the new path, the new world to come. I want to pull an extra card for this Fool, because I also feel for a lot of you, you are also kind of like looking forward to like finding your new soul family. All right, I'll take that one then. So with the Fool, I have the Five of Cups here. Of course, when destruction happens, certain things are going to get lost. Certain relationships will be broken. Certain pacts will be broken. But new ones will be created with a stronger bond, with mutual respect and understanding for each other. I feel like with this Five of Cups here, it's actually aligning you to a better community. Going back with that family card here, you're aligning yourself to a new community that it's not going to be so fear-based, that it's not just going to be about like, I'm it's not only, how can I put this, Spirit? Like, it's not just only me, it's me and we. So, like, doing your own thing, but also knowing that you do have a community to fall back on. I feel that this is also what's setting us up for the collective as well. Knowing like you can do your own thing, you got your own voice, your own talents, your own path. But you also know that you have certain connections and people that you can trust to go to when you're feeling down, when you're feeling low on energy, resources. You need like a pep talk. I see that is what's coming in. Because with family, I have the Ace of Wands. I like this energy here because, again, it's like after the destruction, it is a new energy, a new path coming in. A new energy of like family, togetherness. I kind of like with these two cards here next to each other, like you have this like big divine one, and then with the Fool, he also has like a stick almost similar to the wand, like if you can see. So it's like also maybe for a lot of you, when this new path or energy comes in, you are going to be receiving a download from the divine, or even from these aliens, something, going back to like that galactic energy. Give me a second. For a lot of you, okay, I see also what's going on here. With this Ace of Wands card here and the family and this Fool card here, a lot of you are going to receive like a download or an activation of this galactic gift or energy that you are receiving, where you are going to kind of remember what type of, I don't want to say what type of alien. Well, let me say it like this. I know in this world, we have divine forces, but I also feel like we do have galactic forces. So like there is some type of alien DNA in other people within this world. And I think for a lot of you in the collective, this may be a little bit more geared towards like people who feel like they have like alien DNA within them. So I do see when this destruction happens, your alien DNA will activate. However that comes out, like I kind of feel like for certain things they're in phases. Like I feel like right now, certain people in the collective that have like divine DNA, they are getting awakened. And after that, it's going to be, the galactic collective, and their DNA is going to be active. So maybe for some of you, you might want to research certain types of aliens. I know one is like the Pleiadians. The Vestas, I believe. No, Vesta is more like a divine energy. I know Pleiadians are definitely like they're both galactic, and I kind of see like more divine as well. But yeah, I'm not too familiar with the galactic sort of alien based energy, but maybe some of you are. You might want to look into that. But yeah, definitely for a lot of you, a lot of galactic DNA is going to be downloaded or activated within you when this destruction happens. This also not creates, but it makes you into a beacon for others to come and find you. Now, you got to be careful with that because you're basically going to be like a beacon of light. You're going to attract the right and the wrong type of people. So be careful how you use your discernment of who you allow in your life and who you refuse to put up with anymore. But I do feel confident with this Fool card here. You're going to be able to tell who is going to be like, worthy of being in your family. Excuse me. Now, with accident, I have the Seven of Cups. And then I have the Nine of Pentacles. So going back to what I was saying earlier, again, be aware of the environments and energies that you surround yourself with. Do not go into the tower trying to save people. And again, do not be in the room when the shit hits the fan. Something has to alchemize. When you avoid these things, something will alchemize for you to kind of get you into this Nine of Pentacles, which I feel like a lot of you are either already in or about to be in or trying to work towards being in. So, being independent, being fruitful, abundant in energy, assets, anything that you want. Give me a second. It's like before you want to help anybody, you want to be able to make sure you help yourself and that you have everything that you need and you are confident in. So I kind of see like with this Seven of Cups again, certain things are alchemizing in your energy. And definitely one of the key components of this like cups is definitely going to be some type of destruction going on here. Like I'm just saying, like, no matter what, either it has happened or it is happening or it's about to happen, the collective has to face some type of destruction or witness some type of destruction. Because I will be honest, maybe for some of you, you might end up getting caught in that tower energy and you may not have been aware of the issues or situations that's going around or happening. But I do see you will be spared from like total destruction. Like if you're in the tower and the tower falls, you're going to be able to come out of the rubble unscathed. Or like going back to what I was saying earlier, if the shit does hit the fan, you're going to probably be behind like a screen, or someone is going to end up, like you could be behind someone and they're going to end up getting covered in shit while you're like okay. But you're going to be like, oh no, I wasn't aware someone was going to throw shit at the fan. So let me get out of here before more splatters around. Excuse me. Also, the last energy that I am picking up here is that once this destruction happens, definitely a lot of more options are going to come towards your way where you are going to be able to be building up this Nine of Pentacle energy. But it's going to go according to, I guess, where you are in your journey right now. Because for some of you, you're just starting or you're about to start. For some of you, you're already well and deep into your spiritual journey. So whatever opens up to you, use your intuition. And what's the other word I'm looking for? Sorry, I'm getting distracted by the music in the background. Make sure you use your intuition and discernment to know what is going to be the right choices for you. So that way, before you come into like a new group or a new family or get into these downloads, you are very secured with your energy, with your confidence, and with yourself. Now, with that said, let's wrap up this reading with some final messages from the club. Too many, Spirit. Let me get one more. right, very nice. So, first we have is the float. So here I'm seeing ascension, I'm seeing elevation, I am seeing upgrades for the collective. However, this is going to gradually happen. I know for some of you, you want it to happen like that in a snap. But Spirit is saying these upgrades and elevated energies are going to happen within time. You know, after the destruction, it takes time to rebuild. But again, no matter how much time it is, you are going to be receiving these upgrades and this elevation of whatever new energies that are coming in, either divine or galactic. And then last I have is the watery. I say, like, one of the most important things with this card is just go with the flow. At the time that I'm doing this reading, we are in Cancer season. So really get in touch with, like, any type of water energy within your chart. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. You could be one of these energies. You might know someone that's a water sign. Or you might have this somewhere in your chart. Either way, this water energy is going to help you through this process. It's kind of like, let's just say everything is on fire and you're on the lazy river. Like, enjoy being on the lazy river because you know that fire is going to get put out. You know the flames are going to die down. And whatever is left will be restructured and rebranded. Not rebranded. More like restructured. Brain, get it together. Restructured. Let's go with that. Give me a second. I also sense with this watery card here, there's definitely a cleanse happening. You know, again, going back with like the Tower and the Star card here. Like, with destruction is also cleansing. You know, even though fire is very destructive and it burns things in its way, it also cleanses whatever has been blocking or causing stagnation. So, but you know, same thing with the watery. Like, brain, I need you to like pull it together. We're at the end. Sorry, it's so hot, so I'm like burning up here. With the watery, like a little bit of water through a stream, you know, it's like not so bad. When there's a flood and the river is like 20 times the size bigger, it pushes away whatever has been causing any blockages that were on the river, like trees and debris. All of that gets swept away. Just don't be caught in it. If you see the warnings, you gotta head for high ground. Maybe for some of you, like if you live in a flooded prone area, make sure that you have something or somewhere or someone where you know, like if there's heavy rains happening, to be aware of floodings and such like that. Other than that, go with the flow and allow the destruction to come so that this new pathway can open up for you and the collective. And with that said, I hope you guys enjoyed this reading. Please give it a like, share, and subscribe to my channel for more insights and messages. I would definitely appreciate it, and it will give tremendous support to my channel. And thank you to the new and current viewers and subscribers for coming back to my channel to hear my messages. I hope my readings are giving you the insight, answers, and energies that you need in your spiritual path. And if you feel that this reading did not resonate, no worries. Feel free to check out the other readings on my channel. There's definitely a message there for you. So, my collective, just know that the destruction is coming. Don't rush it. Don't push it. Make sure that you're doing your part. Making sure that your energy is secure. Knowing what you want to do in the future. A lot of you get ready to receive a lot of these galactic downloads or upgrades or connections, because it looks like with the divine aspect, Spirit is going to be focusing on the galactic aspect. Maybe for some of you, you might have some type of contact with alien energy, or maybe already have. I hope it's a positive one and not like the probing type of, connection, not like that, but yeah. But yes, be prepared to receive those energies. And I do see a very beautiful energy happening for the collective, especially with this Fool card here, the Ace of Wands and the Nine of Pentacles. I see a lot of improvements, not only with thyself, but with connecting with others in this world. We are definitely ready to enter into the new world with our new downloads and energies embedded with us and within us. And with that said, stay safe and have a good day.